Drake's number of enemies seems to be increasing by the day, and his latest he's aimed at is Joe Budden. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So people, it's been smooth sailing in hip hop for a little while, a long while. Hardly any beefs, no problems. All of a sudden we got a flurry, and Drake seems to have most of them. The most high profile one at the moment is Kendrick Lamar, who did his verse dissing Drake and J. Cole on the song Like That. But besides him, he's had issues with his long-standing friend Rick Ross, who actually unfollowed him on social media. Then he invited Ross's ex-girlfriend to the club, and she actually came. Crazy, right? These girls ain't loyal. Pusha T's got at him on Twitter, where a fan wrote that Drake was calling out these mob ties, but nobody ever touched Pusha T. And then Pusha T replied saying he wasn't even touched on his pinky finger. But recently Drake was performing and he took his own shots. He had a big screen of Travis Scott and he basically reenacted taking shots or shooting shots at Travis Scott. And then the same weekend he took a shot at Joe Budden, like I said. He put a post on Instagram of a picture of Joe Budden and he wrote the caption, "What's the vibes, NY?" And obviously Drake was in NY, and so was Joe Budden. So a lot of people were speculating that Drake's doing his threat just to make Joe Budden uncomfortable. Maybe if he's out in the club, Drake might be there. So Joe Budden should have his wits about him, looking over his shoulder. It was even discussed on the Joe Budden podcast. Check out what they said.
And I thought it was his way of saying, I'm around New York. So I might be there or just try to run into you, it's just something.
Well, that's the perfect place to get my lawsuit then.
Yeah. Some care about a lawsuit. Ass wouldn't be worth a lawsuit to something.
Give it to me.
The other one was, I still took it as a threat, but just basically saying I'm in New York. You like to go out, you like to frequent certain spots, and the odds of us running into you are going to be a little higher this weekend, so move smart.
I don't think Drake was starting to Joe. I think he was just having a little fun.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think it was poking fun at Joe. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And I think Joe loves Drake. I think Drake loves Joe. And if Joe saw Drake at Starlets, I don't think anybody in Drake's camp is touching Joe. That's young, black, that you have openly admired in public several times. And now we punch Joe or we beat Joe up at Starlets or whatever the case may be. Now that shit is going to be public fodder for the next year. These brands are worth too much money to be doing goofy shit like that.
Yeah, fam. So some of them think it's a threat. Some of them think it's just Drake trying to intimidate. I tend to believe it's the latter. I just don't see Drake as some hard guy. I think he might have some strong people around him, but you can just tell Drake ain't like that. He ain't about that life. But who knows? Maybe Drake's a real godfather. Anyway, people, I want to know what you lot think. Do you think Drake is sending a real threat at Joe Budden? Or do you think he's just trying to intimidate him and make him uneasy? Let me know in the comments, people. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.